First things first, Tyreek Hill's Week 1 performance was a product of not just a tough game, but also the overall struggle the Dolphins' offense faced. They were playing from behind for most of the game, and when you're trailing by multiple touchdowns, the passing game often takes a back seat to running out the clock. But let's be clear, Hill is still one of the fastest and most dangerous wide receivers in the NFL. His elite speed is a game changer. And while his Week 1 numbers weren't eye-popping, his potential is always there. Now the Dolphins will be playing their first home game of the season in Week 2 against the New England Patriots. And we know how much home field advantage can spark a team looking to bounce back from a blowout loss. Will this be the game Tyreek Hill takes off? Let's look at the matchup. The New England Patriots, coming off a solid Week 1 performance against the Eagles, have shown some weaknesses in their secondary that Hill could exploit. The Patriots gave up the 4th most receiving yards and the 6th most fantasy points to wide receivers in their opening game. While their defense managed to sack Geno Smith 4 times, they still struggled in other key areas. What's more important here is the potential absence of Christian Gonzalez, one of their top cornerbacks. Gonzalez's injury puts a big question mark on New England's ability to contain fast, explosive wide receivers like Tyreek Hill. If Gonzalez is sidelined, Hill's chances for a big game improve drastically, especially with the way Hill can take advantage of mismatches in the secondary. While it's easy to get nervous after one poor performance, you also have to consider the broader context. Tyreek Hill is still the #1 receiver on a team that has shown it can put up big offensive numbers when they're firing on all cylinders. Don't forget that Hill's ability to turn a short pass into a long touchdown is always in play. He can break a game wide open in a matter of seconds. And in a Week 2 game at home, you'd expect the Dolphins to come out with a chip on their shoulder after the embarrassment of Week 1. The Patriots' defense, while solid, is not invincible, and if Tua can stay upright and avoid turnovers, Hill could have the breakout game many fantasy managers are hoping for. So, should you start Tyreek Hill in Week 2? The answer for most fantasy managers is yes. While Hill's Week 1 performance was underwhelming, the matchup against the Patriots offers a lot of upside. His speed and big playability are always in the conversation, and with a possible weak spot in the Patriots secondary due to Gonzalez's injury, Hill has the potential to go off. Plus, the Dolphins will be hungry to prove themselves after that disastrous Week 1 loss. While there's no guarantee Hill will return to his monster numbers, his high ceiling and role as Miami's primary weapon make him worth starting. As always, make sure to adjust based on your team's needs. But in this case, Hill should be in your lineup. Good luck, and let us know your thoughts on Hill's Week 2 outlook in the comments below. Week 1 was a nightmare for the Miami Dolphins. With a crushing 33-8 loss to the Colts, the team barely showed up on the scoreboard. And even worse, their star quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, had a rough game, tossing 3 interceptions and finishing with just 114 passing yards. As you can imagine, that left no receiver in the spotlight. Tyreek Hill, despite being the team's top weapon, only managed 4 receptions for 40 yards. So, the burning question for fantasy managers ahead of Week 2 is this: should you start Tyreek Hill? After such a disappointing performance, should you trust him against a Patriots defense that gave up some big plays in Week 1? Let's dive into the matchup and break it all down for you.